Hey everybody, Reds fan 1979 coming back at you with a special baseball card video. Hope everybody's had a great week so far. In my last video, I announced that I had gotten a work bonus and had picked up kind of a special nostalgic card for my PC. And I just wanted to showcase it here and talk to you a little bit about it. So here it is, the 1987 Topps Tiffany Barry Larkin in a PSA 10. What a gorgeous card that is. Love the wood grain look. The clean white back, very nice. So this card is significant to me for a couple reasons, but before I do that, I'll tell you that I wanted to let you know a little bit, did a little bit of research on Topps Tiffany. This is the first Tiffany card I've owned. So interestingly enough, these sets were produced in 1984, started in 84, went through 1991, and they produced a limited print run of sets each year that only went to hobby shops, just to LCSs. So in 1984, they started out with 7,000. And then in 1985 and 86, they printed 5,000 sets. And then it jumped up to 30,000 in 1987. And I think it went back down in some of the later years. I think 87 and 88 might have been 30,000 sets. So again, a hobby store exclusive. That was where you could buy them. Now you can buy them on the secondary market. They're not ridiculously expensive, but I think I've seen some from this year for maybe $300 to $400, something like that. So anyways, very cool card. So obviously this card, like I said, special to me for a couple of reasons. First of all, there's a personal story I have that I wanted to share with you guys, which is kind of cool. I remember the year the Reds won the World Series in 1990. There was a celebrity basketball game down at Cincinnati Moeller High School, one of the larger high schools in the Cincy area. And it was a bunch of Reds players playing against, I think, either coaches or staff or ex-athletes from Moeller High School. And Barry Larkin was one of the players in that game. One of my good friends at the time, his dad took me and him down to see the game. It was really cool. And then they had autograph sessions at halftime. So my friend went and got all the other players' autographs. And I, like a lot of the people at the time, stood in line for Barry Larkin. And I was really excited to meet him. He'd only been playing for the Reds for about 3-4 years. They had just won the World Series, and he was a great young star. And unfortunately, the halftime session ended and he had to leave and go back, like 2 or 3 people before me. And I got really upset because I'd waited that whole time. But I did get a chance to kind of say hello to him and, maybe I'll get a chance to see you later. And he said, yep, maybe so. So that was cool just to have that little moment. Unfortunately, that never came to fruition. I've never gotten the chance to meet him. Hopefully someday. Now he's a broadcaster for the Reds, and people have mixed feelings on that. But was a great player. One of the best players, I would say, to put on a Reds uniform in the last 40 years. So anyways, that's kind of my personal story of why I wanted to get this card. I also started collecting cards in 1987. As a child, I remember my dad, buying packs here or there, or going down to the 7-Eleven buying packs. And just remember this like kind of nostalgic wood grain look. So I thought it'd be really cool to get a nice slabbed card of Larkin. Obviously, this is one of his 2 most valuable cards, I would argue, valuable rookie cards. The other being the Fleer Glossy, which also highly sought after in a PSA 10. And there were a lot more of those produced. I want to say when I researched, it was either 50 or 100,000 sets of that produced, but there are less PSA 10s just because of the chipping with that blue color stock, and also they were notorious for really bad centering, being off-centered. So I did check out the pop report on this, speaking of that, and interestingly enough, out of 30,000 of these in existence, only a little less than 2,000 have been graded. At the time I checked last week, it was like 1,935, and only 468 of them were a Gem 10, PSA 10, so about a 24% ratio. So to have this card with a pop of less than 500 for a Hall of Fame player, and I think a lot of people are starting to recognize the importance and the potential value of the Tiffany cards. I've seen a lot of these go on eBay for about the past 6 months, which is, I've been watching it. I missed out on a couple of auctions for these for like 140, 150 bucks. If you're wondering what I paid, I don't mind to share that. It was 170, which was a pretty good deal at the time because the seller had it listed for 200 or best offer, and I went at 165 and he came back at 170 and I accepted it. Other comps at the time for buy it now were going from 180 to 190. So again, I think this is a card that can go nowhere but up. He's already in the Hall of Fame. You know, he made some great contributions to the sport, to the Reds as a team. And I think for any Reds fan, any Larkin fan, this would be just a great card to own. So wanted to also give a shout out to Silver Jackify. He was one of the YouTubers. I had watched a couple videos that where people sent Topps Tiffany cards in for PSA for grading. And I remember Silver Jackify, I believe, sent a couple in. I think he sent in maybe the Bonds and maybe a Greg Maddux from the traded set, because the Topps traded also has these cards as well. So he was kind of a little bit of a person that inspired me to become interested in this card, I guess you could say. So thanks to Joe for that. So drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of this card in general, of the Topps Tiffany or Bowman Tiffany. Also saw there was Bowman. They didn't print it for as many years, but let me know what you guys think of that and what you think the potential future value will be of these. But this was a good value pickup for me. I'm going to enjoy adding it to the Reds PC and showcasing it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your week, and please like, comment, subscribe.